Are you here for the meeting? Well, come on.
No! No! Some call me the Dark One, others the Lord of Death. To most, I am Drácula.
Okay, obviously we're dealing with a little bit more than just narcissism here.
Good questions. Well, my favorite Dracula is Christopher Lee in the Hammer horror films. I like the ferociousness that he brought to the character, kind of an animality in between the elegance when he was on attack. I did look at all the other Draculas that I thought were good versions of the icon, and the Dracula character is a character that's been done many times well, but more often than not very well. And I wanted to be on the side of doing something well. So I looked at what all the other actors that I admired, people like Oldman, people like Lugosi, people like Langella, Lee brought, and then extruded out from there. That was just a starting point. And then I looked at models in my own life for memories that I might have that I thought would be a good information for the character. And the one that really came to mind the most was my own father, August Coppola, because he was an educator who very handsome, was a full professor at 21. He spoke with distinction because he was a comparative literature professor. He had a mid-Atlantic accent. So he was always speaking like this. And I thought, well, that's a good sound for Dracula. I discovered that when I did Vampire's Kiss. And then, believe it or not, Anne Bancroft as Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate, she had that mid-Atlantic accent, and it was a very seductive Dracula-esque performance on her part. So those were the two biggest influences. And then out from there, just my own imagination, whatever special spice I could bring that would hopefully make this Dracula kind of a pop art Dracula and spark with something fresh. I think it's a fusion. I would have to say it's 50-50. I can't say more. I even in my performance, I was trying to find ways to deliver the dialogue simultaneously creepy and funny, not like, oh, it's creepy and now it's funny, now it's creepy at the same time, like, let's eat, that's, funny and scary, and that was the goal, the challenge as a student of film performance, to find moments that I could put the two together. And I think the movie does that as a whole. But there are two elements that are also really important with this film. One is that it does have terrific fight sequences. It does have a bit of action adventure. And then again, it has heart. There is genuine compassion and care, because there is a subject in this film that is codependency. That is the toxic relationship. Such an original way to present the Dracula Renfield story. But this is something that's relevant. It's something that it's on people's minds now, and whether it be in an office with a horrible boss, or even in a love affair that's gone wrong, and it becomes more about ownership than love. I think this is something that Brandon Jones's character helps with, because he's helping the codependent support group and giving little kernels of wisdom about how to feel better about yourself. And I think people can relate to that, and they'll get something from it. Well, so we had 4 different looks, and Christian Tinsley, just a wizard at makeup, with the director, Chris McKay, designed these different looks. As I said, I like Christopher Lee's appearance, the 60s approach. So that was the main look, but you meet Dracula after he's been burned to a crisp, and we call that the Picasso look. He's very disfigured, like a Picasso painting. And that took about 8 hours in the chair, about 20 pounds of makeup on the face and on the body, and the movements and the breathing and all that. Even though you can't really see me, it was very important which I learned from John Hurt in his marvelous portrayal as the Elephant Man, that the eyes, as long as you hear the voice and you have the emotion coming through the eyes, you still get performance and with body language. But that was 8 hours. And then as Dracula healed, it became 4 hours in the chair and then 2 hours until he's more like, the Christopher Lee look.
Now, let's eat.